What's up and welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. Today we've got the Aquaman, Atlantean ally, Lady of the Forest, Tom and Jerry, Phoenix Force and Phoenix Force Thor, convention exclusives for 2025. To do a quick little unboxing. Now these are all of the purchasable ones at Worlds, and from what they told us earlier in the week, these should all be online after Worlds in the WizKids shop, so everybody can get a chance at buying them. So yeah, let's take a quick look at all these. In case you haven't seen them before, they've been spoiled in different places already, but I think we'll start just with the DC stuff over here with the Aquaman. All right, so let's check him out here. I love the double base, or whatever you call them now. Oh yeah, he's got like a little dolphin and everything. He's actually on a rock. That's cool. I thought he was riding on a dolphin or something, but yeah, you can see the waves. There's some great detail in the waves, and he's like calling his dolphin. That's so cool. So let's take a look at the card here. He's got the JLA team ability, Atlantis, Justice League, Animal, Ruler, and Warrior keywords, coming in at 60 or 35 points. He starts with a trait that says free, generate up to 2 water terrain markers. One of them may be generated in Aquaman Square. Then he has another trait at the beginning of your turn. Aquaman may generate a dolphin bystander, max 1. And then on a special move power, he has charge and free, move a friendly character with the dolphin symbol up to 2 squares. Once per turn, if that character was a dolphin bystander, Aquaman may immediately activate this again. So kind of like giving a dolphin character sidestep in a sense, and if they're the dolphin bystander he generates, he can do it twice. And you can see here the dolphin is 0 points, just has 6 movement, 9 attack, 1 damage, 17 toughness, and some empower. And then of course JLA team ability here for that +1 attack on Aquaman. So yeah, overall pretty solid dial. He does have double target there, you can see, so that's always helpful. 11 attack, super strength, 3 damage, close combat expert, 18 invuln. Or you can play him for just 35 points to get some toughness, and still fairly similar stats and powers otherwise. No super strength though. But I think this is a pretty solid dial overall. Actually, especially with the Animal Man that we just got in Lantern Legacy, who can give whatever character he's assigned to the dolphin symbol and the wing symbol. That means this Aquaman could take a free action to move that character 2 squares. So I'm sure there's some kind of crazy interactions that you could do with this Aquaman and an Animal Man on somebody. That's pretty awesome, but even without that, love the dial, love the sculpt. Very awesome figure. Let's move on to Lady of the Forest. Once again, a huge sculpt on this one. That huge tree. Let's pop her out here and take a better look. There's some beautiful trees there. Looks like it's fall or something. They're all yellow and everything. Got the detail there on the tree. Some, I guess, poison ivy creeping up it or something. But yeah, great figure. Looks awesome. And taking a look at her card here, she's got the Mystics team ability, Mystical Past and Ruler keywords. She has a trait which gives her plasticity and stealth, and free, generate a plant hindering terrain marker within 8 squares. And this game, that marker has, when this marker hinders line of fire, characters instead modify defense +2. So pretty much the same thing we've seen all the other plant markers do, but she gets to generate them within 8 squares. That's pretty far. That's halfway across the map. And also having traded plasticity and stealth is nice. But she also has, when Lady of the Forest attacks, she may target characters occupying any plant terrain marker, regardless of range, line of fire, or adjacency. That's really good, because then, you know, she may only have 3 range triple target, but if she puts a plant terrain under you from 8 squares away, then she could mind control you from, 8 squares away. That's pretty freaking awesome. And she doesn't even need line of fire for that plant terrain marker generation. So you can pop that up behind a bunch of walls or whatever and take your opponent by surprise. And that's any plant terrain marker. So if you have any of the other Poison Ivies from Notorious, or that Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn Iconics, or any of the other characters like Man-Thing or Swamp-Thing that generate plant terrain, there's a lot of great characters that generate plant terrain, so she'll fit right in with all those. And then you have also improved movement for characters. That's nice. 12 attack, 18 combat reflexes, 2 damage with some outwit. Some pretty great stats and powers there, coming in at just 65 points. And then her special attack power gives her Blades, Claws, Fangs, and Penetrating Psychic Blast and power. Place Lady of the Forest in a square with any friendly plant terrain marker. If you do, after resolutions, deal all adjacent opposing characters 1 penetrating damage. Again, not bad. Being able to close attack through her plants, she could use blades, using a range attack from the plants. She could use penetrating blast, or she could mind control somebody. She has a lot of great options there. And then her special defense power later gives her combat reflexes and super senses, and free, remove any plant terrain marker within range. If you do, heal Lady of the Forest or a friendly character named Harley Quinn 1 click. And so she can heal herself by removing the terrain, or you can heal a friendly Harley Quinn, and does not say adjacent or anything else. So just named Harley Quinn, they could be halfway across the map and she could be healing her up from just removing the plants. So again, overall, this is such a great figure. The sculpt is amazing. The dial is really fun, and I'm sure they're going to find some ways to break this one, just like they've done with all the other ones. And it is just unfortunate that a lot of that set, the Notorious set and a lot of those other Poison Ivies are rotating out of Modern Age after this event, but they will have a worthy successor here. So let's take a look now at Phoenix Force Thor. Okay. Oh, wow. They had to put him in sideways. But yeah, once again, the sculpts for all these figures are great. He's actually got some, plastic tying him in there, so I can't take him out right now, but this sculpt is freaking amazing. And I love it. It has the deity base as well to match some of those other deity chases we got in the Black Panther set. And it's just such a cool sculpt with Thor charging with the hammer and the whole Phoenix Force surrounding him. So awesome. And let's take a look at what he can do here. He's got the Avengers and Cosmic Energy team abilities. Asgardian, Avengers, Phoenix Force, Cosmic, Deity, Ruler, and Warrior keywords. So you got some awesome keywords there. He's coming in at a whopping 290 points. So that does not leave you a whole lot of room. Maybe a couple of one-shots, maybe an equipment. I guess take your pick. Although I will kind of spoil the fact that the Phoenix Force is an avatar. You could also have him be the avatar of the Phoenix. Let me know in the comments how you would fill up these last 10 points. He starts with a trait that says he takes a maximum of 2 damage from attacks, and Phoenix Force Thor isn't given an action token when he takes a costed action. However, he can still only take 1 costed action a turn. But that's just crazy because that means he never gets an action token every time he moves or attacks or whatever. You just don't have to give him a token. So he could essentially keep going forever. And if somebody does eventually happen to incapacitate him or something to give him an action token, you do have willpower from Power Cosmics. So he could still potentially just roll and take that action token off anyway, or just clear. But yeah, I mean, that is just crazy. He does start with fairly basic opening stats. You got 6 range, triple target, flight, improved movement through blocking characters, and improved targeting through blocking. And I don't know if that's a misprint. I don't see the little explosion thing there that would indicate it's destroys blocking. So maybe he's supposed to, it looks like he just moves through it and shoots through it, doesn't actually have to blow it up. If that's true, that's pretty powerful, because that way he could shoot through blocking and just ignore all of it, and your opponent would have to deal with that, and they couldn't shoot you back after because he doesn't destroy it. I don't know. Maybe that's a misprint, like I said. I'm not quite sure there, but yeah, charge with 8 movement, 10 attack, super strength, 3 damage with some close combat expert, 17 toughness. So nothing too crazy, but again, he's only taking 2 damage at a time. And between Avengers, team ability, and close combat expert, he's got a 12 attack potentially up close for 4 damage, maybe 5 or 6 damage with the super strength, plus the knockback. Mid dial, you go to some hypersonic, impervious. And then late dial, you got the running shot, pulse wave, invincible, and perplex. And his stats just go up and up and up. So you get up to 11 attack, 12 attack, 19, even 20 defense, and a 5 damage on that last click. So he just ramps up more and more as he takes damage. But he has another trait here that says free, choose 2. Deal 1 penetrating damage to each opposing character within 2 squares. Nice. Heal Phoenix Force Thor 1 click. Modify Phoenix Force Thor's attack and defense +1 until your next turn, easily making him a 13 attack top dial. Improve targeting for elevation, hindering, and characters, and can make range attacks while adjacent, and then make a range attack. So you can literally just full speed move up there and then take a free action to make a range attack. And then your last option is until your next turn, opposing characters can't reduce damage, evade attacks, or heal. That one is absolutely nuts as well. So yeah, this guy's pretty disgusting. I mean, you get to choose 2 of these options with 1 free action. So the free penetrating damage for each opposing character within 2 is great. That's, helps clear out little pesky bystanders, helps just deal a bunch of damage to a large area. The free heal one's great because, again, he's only taking 2 damage per attack. So if they're only able to hit you a few times a turn and, they can't do a ton of damage, you could be constantly healing back up slowly. Plus, maybe use the 10 points to give him like steal energy or something. I think the Phoenix Force can actually give him regen. So, you have tons of ways to heal up. And just the improved targeting and make a range attack is, of course, always going to be useful as well. And then not being able to reduce, evade, or heal is also nuts. That way he can get through so many characters like Kong and Colossus that can reduce penetrating, those annoying Spider-Mans with the like 4 through 6 super senses and stuff. So yeah, he can just get through everything, he can see through everything, he can heal up, he can deal free damage, and he can just keep going forever because he never has to take a token. Yeah, this dude's nuts. I like him a lot. He's going to be a lot of fun going forward. So yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see him paired with for 10 points, because I'm definitely going to be playing with this one. But next up, let's take a look at the Phoenix Force. Okay, once again, it's in there sideways. It's got some little plastic on it, so I can't just pop them out really easily right now. But it honestly looks like it may be the same kind of Phoenix on the Phoenix Force Thor, just without the Thor in there. But, I mean, obviously it does have the flame and everything. It looks really cool. Just a big Phoenix Force coming out of the ground there. And let's take a look at the card here. Hellfire Club, Phoenix Force, X-Men, Cosmic Deity Ruler. Sounds about right for the keywords. You've got Cosmic and Mystics team abilities. And then it has this trait that's sideline active. During Force construction, you may pay 10 points to choose another friendly character to be Phoenix Force's avatar. If the chosen character has the Phoenix Force keyword, pay 0 points instead. That character can't be equipped or chosen to be any other character's avatar this game. And Phoenix Force's avatar can use poison and regeneration, and also scores the points paid with this trait when they are KO'd. So for 0 points, you can put this on the Phoenix Force Thor, or potentially the Phoenix Force Wolverine or Black Panther that we've gotten in recent years. But taking a look at its dial, it does have a 6 range triple target, flight, 12 attack pulse wave, 20 impervious, 4 damage with outwit. It's giant size. Taking a look at the back here, you got hypersonic speed, and when a Phoenix Force uses it after resolutions, deal 1 penetrating damage to an opposing character Phoenix Force move through during the action. So that's pretty great. Just hypersonic through somebody, punch something else or shoot something else, then deal that free penetrating damage. That is always nice. And then you have Stop Impervious. When this click is revealed after resolutions, deal 1 penetrating damage to each opposing character within 2 squares of Phoenix Force's avatar. Now, I did see some confusion with this because don't forget, sideline active just means that it is also active on the sideline, but it is still active on the map. Though you can choose another character to be its avatar. If you play this on the map, then when you hit the stop clicks, it'll deal that damage to characters within 2 squares of its avatar. Not itself, but its avatar. So if you have the avatar up there in the fight and then this thing happens to get hit for some damage, maybe they don't realize that the avatar is going to be the source of where this damage is coming from its stop click. But still, stop impervious, and you got a pretty decent dial here with the hypersonic that does the free damage and everything. I could see this thing being played on the map more so than some of the other avatars we've had, like from the Disney Plus set. This one feels a little bit better actually playing it on the map, but I could also definitely see this on the sideline. Having that regeneration and poison for a lot of characters is going to be pretty good. Having any of these avatars is always a good thing. You always want to have them in your collection. You never know when you're going to want to slap that on somebody. But yeah, overall, great sculpt, great powers and abilities. I like this one a lot. So Phoenix Force, definitely a must-have in my opinion. And last but not least, We've got the boys, Tom and Jerry here. Who would have guessed in 2025 we'd be getting Tom and Jerry Heroclix? I mean, I thought it was pretty awesome. We got Space Ghost. We've been getting some other amazing things lately, but I did not expect Tom and Jerry. So without further ado, let's take a look at them. Alrighty, so, oh, that's cool the way they put them in there like that. They are both pretty tiny, of course, since they are just a little cat and mouse after all. So the sculpts look great. You got, of course, Tom running after Jerry there. And let's take a look at their cards here. They actually got them in plastic wrap. Let's take a look at Tom first. He has the team player team ability, animal, and past keywords. Coming in at 40 points, and he has a trait that says when Tom attacks or is attacked, characters take a maximum of 1 damage from that attack, unless the attack was part of a terrain action or the finalized attack roll was doubles. So that's kind of hilarious. He's only going to take 1 damage unless you hit him with something big and ridiculous like a terrain or a critical hit or something. Just like in the cartoon, you know, he's always getting smacked by something and he's fine because it's a cartoon. But yeah, you got charge, 11 attack, 18 combat reflexes, 2 damage with some perplex. And on the back of his card, at the beginning of your turn, you may place Tom adjacent to an opposing character within 6 squares in line of fire. If you do, and that character is tiny size or has the animal keyword, Tom may make an attack targeting it. So that's really cool. You just get to place him there, and then if they are tiny size or an animal, he gets to make a free attack on them. That's not even a free action. It just says he may make an attack targeting them. And then he could take a costed action to attack them, you know? So that's pretty great. And you got super strength, and when Tom moves, he may generate and pick up a standard object. Again, he's always picking up some board or mallet or something to try and hit Jerry with. So that is very cool. And then we have Jerry here, who also is a team player with animal and past keywords, coming in at 40 points. Again, when Jerry attacks or is attacked, characters take a maximum of 1 damage from that attack, unless it was part of a terrain action or the finalized attack roll was doubles. So same trait that Tom has. And then he has traded super senses, and when Jerry uses it, increase the result +1 if the attacker is larger than Jerry. And when Jerry is missed by an attack after resolutions, move him up to 3 squares and deal the attacker 1 damage. So that is pretty great. Oh, Tom is actually normal size. So that's hilarious. That works so well. Since he's tiny size, he'd get that +1 to his super senses against Tom, since Tom is a larger size than him. And yeah, of course, if he is missed, you get to move him away and deal the attacker a damage. That is, again, just like the cartoon. He's always escaping and always hurting Tom on his own traps or something like that. You got stealth, combat reflexes, outwit, get some prob later, some sidestep there, and yeah, nothing on the back. But yeah, that is a couple of fun looking characters to me. Definitely gonna have some fun playing around with these. Again, I cannot believe we got Tom and Jerry Heroclix. But that about wraps it up for this quick little unboxing. Let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite? These are, once again, just the purchasable figures at Worlds for 2025. There's a lot of other great winnable figures. I might do a video on some of those later, but you guys can probably expect to see these in the WizKids shop later in the week. Like I said, probably beginning of next week, or maybe even as early as Sunday. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what's your favorite. What are you most looking forward to play? Personally, I think this is a great group of figures here. You know, all the sculpts are like 11 out of 10 for me. And all the dials, I think, are a solid like 10 out of 10. This is a pretty great group of figures in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think of it. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button for me and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. If you'd like to help support the channel even more, you can check the links in the description for the Patreon, where you can see your name here in the credits with all these other awesome people. And for as little as $1 a month, get entered into my monthly giveaways. So check that out if that interests you. That's going to do it for this one, you guys. Thanks again so much for watching. Till next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.